It's about 3 hours later, and here I have it. I absolutely love my collard greens. I'm going to give a taste, and we're going to taste it plain first, and then we're going to put some hot sauce and vinegar on it. So there it is. Look at that. Hi, welcome to Kickin' It with Karen Beyond Sauerkraut, Season 2, Episode 10. Well, we are officially in the holiday season, and that means two things for me: deep fried turkey and collard greens. So I'll be making some collard greens for you today. I'll be using pork neck bone. I'll be using 8 stalks of collard greens, onions, garlic, and a variety of seasoning. First things first, we have to wash the collard greens. Now, yesterday I spent about 2 hours cleaning the collard greens, pulling the leaf off of the stem. So that's taken care of, but now we need to salt some water and wash the collards themselves. So here are those ingredients: about 2 pounds of pork neck bone, 8 stalks of collard greens cut up. I'm using Slap Your Mama, I'm using basil, oregano, everything seasoning, red pepper flake, cayenne pepper, and garlic and onion. Before I wash any of my vegetables, I like to make sure that my sink is sanitized. So I spray it down with apple cider vinegar and let it sit for a few minutes. And then I will rinse it off, and we'll fill this up with water and some salt. Been about 5 minutes. I'm going to rinse this down. We're going to fill that with cold water. The salt is another added layer of protection against bacteria. We need to fill it up to about here, and we're going to put some collards in there. We're not going to dump in the whole bag. We're going to dump in about a half of it. The purpose is to wash the dirt off. The collards will float, and the dirt will sink to the bottom. We'll let those sit for a little bit and come back to them, scoop them up. In the meantime, we have 2 inches of water in here and the neck bones. We're going to turn on the water. We're going to put this right in there so the water can start getting flavored. So this was about 2.5 pounds for 8 bunches of collard greens. We're going to let that come to a boil. In order to do that, we need to cover it up. Okay, those have been soaking for a while. And I can feel that they're not sandy anymore. So I'm going to take these out and put them in the colander and get the next batch in. Add a little bit more water. And we'll let those sit. In the meantime, we need to start cutting up the onion and the garlic. So for this recipe, I'm using a nice Vidalia onion. Vidalia onion is nice and sweet and adds a really good flavor to this savory dish. All right, and we can use pretty thick chunks. Okay, the water with the neck bone is boiling, so we're gonna go ahead. Aha, look at that. Mmm. Yes, and it smells like smoked pork. Mmm. I could bathe in that. We're gonna go ahead and put that first batch of washed collards in there. Looks like a lot, but all of that is going to boil down. Along with that, I'm going to put a small layer of onions, some everything seasoning, about a tablespoon, red pepper flake. That's what I'm going to use for my first layer. Now you can do it any way you want to. This is just the way I do it. And again, cover it up. Continue washing and draining. So just like the ones before this, I can feel that it's no longer sandy. Okay, let's see what's going on in here. Oh, that's really cooked down. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, let's put another layer in. And I'm going to leave it at that. This will be our next layer. And so, 2 things of garlic, a little bit of basil. This is what I think gives it its umami. Nobody expects basil, and you can't even tell it's basil. That was about a tablespoon. Teaspoon. Here's a teaspoon of oregano. I'm going to use slap your mama. So we'll just put teaspoon, a little bit of cayenne. That was a 1/4 teaspoon. We'll come back in 3 minutes and check this out. Okay, let's get that next layer in there. I'm going to add more garlic. Red pepper flake. I think that was like half a teaspoon. And a touch of everything seasoning. I don't want to over salt, so all right, let's cover that up. Go for another 3 minutes. the liquid before we put any more seasoning in there. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, that's so good. That's perfect. This is the last of it. We'll season it again, just a little bit, with the rest of the onion and garlic. And a little bit of everything seasoned. There we go. We're gonna let this cook down for 3 hours, stirring it every now and then. So we'll be back after that. Well, it's about 3 hours later, and here I have it. I absolutely love my collard greens. I'm gonna give a taste, and we're gonna taste it plain first, and then we're gonna put some hot sauce and vinegar on it. So there it is. Look at that. That is so good. I'm telling you, there's something about that basil and oregano that makes a difference. I'm gonna have a piece with a little bit of that neck bone. That's a big piece. Perfect amount of heat, not too much salt, and all the other flavors are blending perfectly. So let's add some apple cider vinegar. This is my apple cider vinegar that I make. A little bit goes a long way. And I don't even think I need hot sauce. I'm not going to put any hot sauce on that. I'm going to try it with that vinegar. If you haven't tried collard greens, go ahead and follow this recipe or make one up on your own. Now, when I started making collard greens, it was probably after I had tasted at least 300 different recipes from around the southern United States. Once I figured out what flavors I liked, that's when I made the recipe that you see today. So, I need more of this. Got a little bit of onion in there and some of that. Look at that. You can't get better than that. Or, slap myself. That's good. It can be a great side dish, or sometimes I just have a bowl of collard greens and some cornbread. Anyway, I hope you liked what you saw, and if you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment, and remember to ring that bell so I can let you know when I'm coming back in your kitchen. Bye-bye!